Check out this rocking chair. Not bad. Broken arm. $1.55. Interesting story about this buck knife. I'm sorry, did I say buck knife? I cut off all this extra glue. Interesting story about this rocking chair. So you never know what kind of people you're going to encounter. In this case, this rocking chair belonged to a chaplain, Navy chaplain, just retired this year, 23 years. Something to be proud of for sure. 23 years. So he approached me. He's a local guy. Well, local now. He just moved here. He said the movers tore this up, man, and I need a quote. I need an estimate to send to the Department of Defense so I can get credited for repairs. Sure. I mean, standard practice, you know. I'll go out, do an inspection rate, do that. And he followed up with me a few times. I went out, praised it, saw what it was. I gave him a nice quote. Fair, you know. He's a chaplain, veteran, 23 years. A fair price for him to send off. And he did. It took a couple weeks, but a week into waiting, he followed it up and said, hey, it just got approved, and now they're going to send it over. I want this chair fixed. Well, the dude got his money from the Department of Defense, gave me the chair, and now doesn't want it fixed. He's just keeping the money, which is fine, to be honest. I was already paid for my time, but it's the principle. He took the money and ran. So he doesn't even want it fixed. He just basically gave this to me, which I can fix it and sell it. Of course, I can make a nice profit off of it. The only thing I've done so far is appraise the damages, give him a formal invoice. But he decided to cash that check in from the Department of Defense and not get it fixed. So I'm gonna fix this chair on my dime, and I'm gonna give it away. Because I don't know about that chaplain, but over here we do God's work. And although there was nothing, I guess, in the laws of man that says what he did was wrong, morally, you'd expect more from a shepherd, you know, a chaplain for 20 years, 23. So it was disappointing. Just left a little bad taste in my mouth. Just because you walk around saying that you're a man of God, and you aren't even familiar with God's code of conduct. Maybe after all those years you think it doesn't apply to you. I'm not sure, but that chaplain was wearing a costume. And that's what basically I wanted to talk about, is you never really know who you're going to walk into and encounter. So always make sure you protect yourself, in a sense of make sure you're compensated ahead of time. Doesn't matter who it is, always be fair. You can offer kind of deals, but just be fair for those good people. You know, give them an offer so good that, you know, they're not going to get one better anywhere else. And follow through. I've never met a preacher that was so willing to just use somebody and take the money and run. Well, actually, I've heard about it. You hear them on the news all the time, but you never really kind of like expect them to have the audacity. Whatever. So this $1.55 is really good at getting into all these glue, all these little fucking pieces here. I almost cut myself. Nope. It's my knife too. Knives don't cut me or poke me though. Scare the shit out of me. Somebody used like Bondo. Bondo isn't structurally stable. That shit's for like just sanding over stuff. Like that's silly. And then they use like epoxy to try to fix it too. It's like somebody was practicing their furniture repair skills. But what I'm going to do to this one, like I said, is I'm going to restore it. So I'm going to scrape the glue off of here. Take a little closer look. So I'm going to scrape the glue off of there, and there, and there. And then I'm going to sand, I'm going to re-glue this first. And then I'm going to sand it kind of smooth. The damaged area I'm talking about. I'm going to reattach this, but it's so old. I got to let it sit for at least a day and a half. Just to be certain it dries. And then after that, I'm going to give it an overall sanding, oil it because it's vintage. I don't see a maker's mark on it, but I'm going to keep looking. Looks like somebody made this in their garage, like not a schmuck, but like a skilled person. But it doesn't look like a standard furniture line type of thing. So after I give it a light sanding, take off all this varnish and years of grime, I'm going to oil it. Hopefully I can salvage the cane. The cane looks all right. Just wet it up a little bit, try to hydrate it. Then after that dries by itself, hopefully I get no cracks and I can just, I don't know, maybe shellac it. I hate shellac so much. I only use shellac sometimes. I don't know. But that's my story about a chaplain. Reminds me of that one song, Kate's the Elephant.